So after Race Talk 1 and Race Talk 2, what am I? What do I consider myself? How do I identify? Well, identifying, huh? I never really thought about that much until like the last few years. You just kind of grow up and you just kind of live. But went through the list of the different DNA roots that I came from, and low on the list, well, maybe not so low, was Neanderthal. But Melanesia, am I really Melanesian? Well, not really. How about that 1% from that African slave trade? Not really, which both of those came from the Portuguese, and the Portuguese DNA was like 2 or 3%, maybe something like that. So that goes back far, far, far. That goes back 500 years. And am I Portuguese? No. The next higher up one was Spain, Spanish. But actually, those two really surprised me to get Spain and Portugal in my DNA, much less the other ones. So I'm not Spanish, although now I speak Spanish. So I guess if you speak Spanish, you're Hispanic, but I'm not Hispanic. Yeah, boy, I tell you what, we really got a game going here with all these racial things. Then we head up to Germany, and then, of course, associated with Germany are the Ashkenazi Jews, which, by the way, Ashkenazi, N-A-Z-I, Nazi. I think Nazim and Nazi, one I think is singular and one I think is plural for nation. And so it's funny that the Germans came up with Nazi when they've got the Ashkenazi Jews in that area. All right. And remember, Germany once upon a time like extended over into Poland and called Prussia. And I mean, these new states of Germany and stuff like that, they're like new ideas. Basically, they didn't exist a long time ago. On the French part too, and then coming up into England and Irish. Now those get to be a little bit more direct, and I do have higher percentages of the British Isles group. And then the Native American. Well, let me go back to the Europeans. You say English and Scottish and Irish and all these different groups and stuff like that. Well, really, they were made up of Jutes and Normans and Beaker culture people and Argonations, and I mean, the nations of today are made up of so many other people. So zip over to the New England area where the Mohican ancestry comes from. Well, actually, it's Muncie band of the Mohican Nation, Muncie. And in the Mohican area, there were Unamis related to Delaware, related to holy mackerel. I mean, there's like a dozen native indigenous groups in New England, more so than just the Mohican. There's Brotherton, and then they actually have a relationship with the Oneida, which were an Iroquois group, not a what do you call Algonquian group. So I mean, it's really a mixed up thing. So could I say Heinz 57? Could I say I'm ooh, boy, it's like what do you call that? A mutt. Hey, um, how about let me see, hybrid? Actually, hybrid more refers to Neanderthal Cro-Magnon or Neanderthal Homo sapiens mixture. Hybrids are part of the like the Denisovans. We don't have them anymore, but their traces of their existence show up again. So hybrid is really not appropriate. Race, human race. Well, race probably more means root, and if I look at these are actually branches rather than roots. And so where do we go from here? Well, I came up with a solution because I've been thinking about racial situations for quite a number of years now, long time, way back into the 70s when I joined the Army and stuff, and all throughout the Army because equal opportunity training was part of being in the Army. So I decided that, well, these names that we come up with, such as Native American, actually that pre-existed back in the 1850s, the nativist movement, they were kind of like MAGA people or Tea Party people. They they were upset about Europeans that weren't born in America. And even if we go back to time, America is just a name that we came up with once upon a time. Can I say I'm Native American? Well, I can because I was born here, and my nationality is probably not German, but American, if you can call that a nationality. I guess it is. It has a lot of subgroups, as does German, as does British. They have subgroups within their groups, as does any part on planet Earth. They're all the same, very much mixed up buttercup. So I came down with native actually means that you're born in a certain place. So I'm a native Wisconsinite or Wisconsonian. I'm not sure which one of those are. I'm a Native American because I was born in America, although part of me is from a tribe. I don't really use that word in that regard. I don't use that word at all. I look at, let me see, I was born on Earth like everybody else was. I'm a native Earthling. Now, my name on this channel is Native Earth Man. Some people say Native Rhythm, but it's Native Earth Man. And I'll tell you what, on the census, when I fill out the census report for the United States government, it's hard to say I'm a United Statesman. That's kind of awkward to say as a nationality or something, but it's more true because North and South America is composed of a lot of different countries. But on the census, I actually put down my race as Native Earthling. My wife is Panamanian, and on the census, I put Panamanian down, even though she can trace her roots to three great groups of people. And so what did I call my kids on the censuses? I called them Pan Americans, all Americans, because Panama, there was that Pan Am airline. Anyway, you get the point. We're slicing and dicing this stuff so much, and we hate each other. And even within our groups, we hate traitors from that group that are favorable to the other group. It's a big nut roll. Anyway, I said enough. Let me go and talk to you later.